Season 5, y'all. The very last season. I'm gonna try to give you the best of me. It's V season. It's time for Divinity to take off. Let's go.
Just two niggas from Bankhead. Managing and engineering this shit. That's my boy name.
Atlanta peaches.
Yo, listen.
That's it.
You got the biggest
That's
peach
it.
right here.
That's it. That's it. We done.
Hey, peace, and welcome back to the Divinity Podcast. I am your host, Divinity, the Pardon C, and this is season 5, y'all. Season 5, episode 2, the last season. So you know I'm about to go all out on this motherfucker. Yeah, boy. So today, I have the privilege and the honor of having a guest on the show. We go back like pacifiers and sandboxes. Cause he Wi-Fi nigga, you a hotspot. That's my guy, my 50 grand pots and pans. I want to introduce you to the Black Bruce Wayne, aka AJ, aka I would say his full government, but he gonna give me the look, and I'm just gonna say shut up. And we're here in PLANTIVIA Newark, so y'all go support my brother, man. Go buy you some of them THC CBDs. He even has stuff for the pup babies too.
Hello folks, how you doing? I am the Black Bruce Wayne. You can find me on all socials like that, but some of y'all know me as AJ.
Do you have TikTok?
I do have a TikTok.
You guys have to teach me how to use TikTok.
I don't know how to use
I heard
TikTok.
I'd be great on TikTok.
Yeah, I TikTok, Instagram. I just secured in my handle on YouTube, but I don't have shit on YouTube. But I secured my handle because they sent me an email say got lock that in, and I was like, all right, cool, let me get it before somebody else does. So
Fast.
You can find me in.
I think that's really cool. I think your handle is the coolest. I mean, when we ran into each other like during the summer, I think it was, or right when I first got a year ago, when I first got the Batmobile. And I was like, AJ! And you was like,
person.
Yeah, they don't need to know what my nickname is, because only people that I really fucks with can call me that. And he was like, yo, this is nice. I said, it's the Batmobile. He says, shut up. I am the Black Bruce Wayne. I said, see, divine timing. I am Divinity. He goes, what you got going these days? I said, I work. Here's my baby. You know, Booby was in the car. Big Butter. Shout out to Big Butter. And, you know, since then, we've been pots and pans again. Even though we've been out a few times.
Yeah.
We've been out a few times.
Few more to come.
Few more to come. A lot more to come.
Somebody owes me some tacos.
Oh, tacos. But I'd rather have nachos.
Whatever, tacos.
It's nachos. I want to talk about it.
It's all the same thing.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
It's starch with some cheese.
Okay. But mine's is vegan.
Starch with vegan cheese.
Yes. I love that for me.
I love that for you as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we get to the episode now? So,
just talking to a friend.
First of all, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for being here.
I work here, yeah.
I feel like this is my space now.
Oh, okay, Tom.
I feel like I'm home. Mm-hmm. So I just need the key in the code.
Yeah, about that. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should have special privilege since I am the reason why you found your future. But we're going to leave that for another episode.
Gotcha.
And another time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Can I get some skittle the diddles?
Skittle the diddles. I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip.
Yes, please. Ooh. Bad
water,
lady.
by the way, people.
No, this is Sprite.
I'm saying mine is water.
But when I do a good job, I get liquors. I think that's a good thing. We gotta deal with people every day. How do you do this? Okay, so y'all, I just want y'all to know this is like real raw. Like this is just how we have conversations. And today, the name of the episode is Takes Two, by the way, because y'all know I have to correlate the number to the episode. And this is my very last season. I am done with podcasting. Divinity has so much more stuff coming up. And by the way, if you haven't gotten your tickets to an intimate night with Divinity, I think you should really go ahead and do that. It's going to be very special, and I just want to pour some love back into y'all. So back into this episode, It Takes Two. Talk to me about being a Black man who is emotionally mature, because I picked that up from you just in conversing with you. And you don't find that very often, where a man is so much in tune with his emotions and he can articulate what he's feeling. And it's never, oh, I gotta guess, or I need to fill in between the lines. No, with you, you're just a straight shooter.
Okay, so I try to be a straight shooter as much as possible, in all conversations in all walks of life. I like to give people 100% of me, because it just makes more sense. It's easier to keep up with all of you than to fabricate certain things. Lies are really difficult to keep up with, and I learned it a long time ago. So I'm a phenomenal liar. I'm a salesperson, so lying is very easy.
So let me ask you, I'm sorry to cut you off. Have you read the 48 Laws of Power?
I have not.
Okay, so we'll get into that another time.
Okay.
Delve into that book, and I want to get your honest opinion on it.
Okay.
Me personally, an ex of mine was reading that, and I couldn't get into it because it's all about deception to me. And I'm pretty much a straight shooter as well. I try to live as honest as I possibly can. Have I told a white lie here and there? Absolutely. But I try to live as honest as I can, because I can't remember shit.
Yeah.
And if I lie, you better remind me, because some people might need me to lie for them to get them out of certain situations.
I beat their ass.
But that's neither here nor there.
A different episode.
Yes, another episode.
And
it's
I won't literally beat her ass. I'll probably just pop her or something like that.
Well, she got a nice booty though.
A little plug.
I like that. You could go Al, because you want to say something so bad. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Sitting audience.
So, back to what we were saying. Emotionally intelligent and mature.
I thank you. I've never really had anybody tell me I was emotionally mature.
Because when you used to live dealing with toxic motherfuckers, when you come across a gem, you know. You're a gem.
Thank you.
And you weigh well when you Libra scale.
Hey, I almost wore my chain today too.
I feel like we should cheers to that. My Sprite.
Shit.
My
No,
Sprite.
you don't cheers with.
Oh, wait. Cheers to
God.
emotional intelligence.
Yeah, those are bottles, people, not fucking glasses.
That's the real thing. Bottoms up, bottoms up.
I ain't got no cup.
It's okay.
That's how the song go by.
You tips off the nip.
Tips off the nip. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, fuck, where were we?
Emotionally intelligent. You
Intelligent.
said no one's ever told you.
Yeah, I've never heard that before, so it's kind of hard to explain how that's possible for me. But I guess just knowing who I am and what it is that I want
Absolutely.
out of situations, out of life, it just makes it easy for me to go ahead and have these conversations with people. I've dealt with a lot in my short time in living. So you learn the things that you do want. You learn the things that you do not wish to deal with.
Or tolerate. Yeah.
Because you can't say the things that you don't want, because just because you don't want it doesn't mean it's not going to present itself to you anyhow.
Facts.
So you just have to learn how to operate around it, and how to deal with everything, because you can't avoid all the things that people call negative. I don't really see
Life be
a
life.
negative all the time.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's more so an opportunity to try something different, or to move in a different direction. You know how they always say when one door closes, another one opens up. You just have to redirect yourself, and I've been saying that for quite some time now. So it's not a no for me. Have you ever heard when people say no? No just means next opportunity.
I've heard that.
So that's all that means. I don't take no and sit there and like, okay, cool, I'm going to accept that. No, I'm just going to move on to the next opportunity, because
Beautiful.
no is not the end all be all.
No, it's not.
You have to keep moving and find your way around.
I like how my dad puts it. When you get the no, it just meant that it wasn't for you. When you get that no, that God is keeping you, and I don't know what God looks like for you and my listeners, but I believe in a higher power. I believe we all come from some type of higher source.
Yeah, we got here somehow.
Yep. And for me, when a person, whether it's maliciously done, because sometimes my light outshines certain individuals, and they're threatened by that. But that's okay. It's just not for me. And any opportunity that was missed or not given, I just take it as God wants me to be in a better place. As
a lot of Italians.
I'm sorry?
Did you go up around a lot of Italians?
No.
Okay. You do a lot of talking with your hands.
I'm animated. Okay. I'm a walking anime. I love anime, which by the way, y'all, he's wearing this dope ass Patrick shirt, which y'all know I love cartoons so much. But for me, no, it's just an opportunity to take the L as a lesson, and then.
I'm urinating, by the way, if you heard that.
No, it's her pouring wine in a cup. The audience is feeling this. They're pouring wine in their cup. Hey, sister girl with the dress. I just, for me, honing in on emotional intelligence is very important, because I feel like that's a part of self-awareness. That's a part of knowing who you are and the things that resonate with your walk of life. And if it doesn't resonate, or if it doesn't bring you peace, or if it doesn't bring you the things that you work toward, because you set the tone for the relationships that you set up. And when I didn't know me, you know, I would settle for anything because I felt like a part of me needed to fix it. Mm-hmm. But now that I've gone through therapy, now that I've done the work, and shout out to my Black people that are doing the work, and there's nothing wrong with therapy at all. I just want to reiterate that. I want to reiterate, there's nothing wrong with seeking an outside source. Go ahead and open the door. So emotionally intelligent is a must for me. Can we get into some of like the taboo topics of, a lot of the times I feel like people place me in a box, and I'm a woman and I want to talk about love, and I want to talk about sex, and I want to talk about relationships. For me, a lot of people ask like, am I single? And when I tell them that I'm single, they can't believe it. It's like unheard of. And it's a compliment to me, because it's just like, that means I'm moving in the right way. Mm-hmm. It's mystery. You don't know anything about my life. I put out what I want to put out. And it took me a while to get to a space of being emotionally mature and voicing the things that I need, because as a recovering people pleaser, I always felt like I've lost myself trying to please other people. Mm-hmm. And this is why I tell people, like, I'm doing this for fun. This last season for me is little me actually manifesting in an adult me, and just doing all the things that I want to do that I couldn't do as a kid, because, you know, adults kill dreams faster than anything, right? And I just want to applaud Black men and women that are doing the work. And I really want to spread some love, and I really want to spread some light in this world, because we need more of it. And I just want to thank you for allowing me, number one, to get over that fear of being on the stage and doing my own shit.
Oh, that was my pleasure.
I was terrified.
I know.
I was terrified. And mind you, I'm so used to hosting events where I can introduce everybody else and bring them on the stage and laugh and joke and kiki and haha. But I'm sensitive about my shit. Mm-hmm. And the fact that, you know, it took tragedy, and I'm looking back in hindsight, looking back on it now, I'm so grateful for it. Because number one, had it not been for tragedy, I wouldn't have been on the stage. I would have been complacent where I was. And I probably would have just still been hiding behind this mic. So thank you for that. And thank you for doing Spoken Word.
You're very much welcome. It is a pleasure to have you and the rest of the artists grace our little stage.
Stop calling it little.
No. It's I call it a little stage for a reason.
Right. I always wanted to ask that. Like, I've taken issue with Black people saying anything is little that they're doing.
Now, I don't mean production-wise little. I mean actual.
The size.
The size.
Okay.
So it's not. Yeah, it's not one of those. I'm trying to downsize what we do. I think it's a great stage. I think it's a great venue. I think it's a phenomenal show. We have some amazing artists that come through here. That do their thing, and you are definitely one of those artists that I love to watch perform.
Thank you.
It is truly an honor to be a part of so many different individual journeys.
Oh my God, the evolution.
So I'll go ahead and explain some of the reasons why I do spoken word. So in my 20s, I was heavy into the hip hop thing.
I see.
I had.
Does he buy you diamonds? Does he buy you pearls?
So,
I love that, by the way.
I had a label at one point, and things were good. They could have been better. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Everybody wanted to be
Everybody wants to be the leader.
Right. Everybody wanted to have the lead role. Everybody wanted to be the next artist up. I'm like, listen, we need to just ride with one artist, push that artist to the best of our abilities, and once they get in, they can leave their foot in the door. And once foot has that door pried open, we can bust that motherfucker through. But everybody wanted to go through the same door, and if you got 10 people trying to fit through one small door, you're not going to fit.
You're not going to fit.
Right. So let's just get one person to get that door open. Yeah. And once that door is open, we can all just walk through. But back to the reason why spoken word is a thing. There's a venue, and we would do this venue every Tuesday, every single Tuesday, and it helped myself and so many other artists become better at their craft.
I can tell.
It was a shout out to Mental Supreme. I don't know if you're still doing it. Spot
out Mental Supreme.
Spot on the Lower East Side was called Training Camp. Over at Club Pyramid. So again, shout out to Mental Supreme, brother. You have you've done a lot for a lot of artists.
I love following people like that.
And like I said, we would do the spot every Tuesday, and it helped me learn crowd control. It helped me learn how to become a better MC. Now, as far as my label, there was probably anywhere between 8 to 10 different artists on this label. And when I tell you, I found myself at the bottom of that list of artists. I would much rather my artists shine than me shine. There was so many different types of songs that I wrote, so many different tracks that I would sit down with some of the producers, and we would just write songs, but the songs were not necessarily for me, right? I would bless the artist with these songs, like, hey, listen, I got this track. Everything's already laid out for you. All you have to do is take this back and just record your verses. That's all I need you to do is go ahead and record your verses. And I've given away so many different songs, and I had a lot of fun. It was truly amazing. But the spot again was in New York.
Yes,
Jersey didn't have a lot of this. What we would have would be what do you call those? Like artist showcases.
Yes,
where artists would have to basically spend money to be involved in your showcase. Oh, you have to sell a certain amount of tickets to be involved in the showcase and things like that. It was an opportunity for the host or the promoters to make money. It wasn't really more so about the artist itself.
Right.
It was more so, hey, a quick money grab for the promoter, or the quick money grab for the host, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, we need a place where artists can feel comfortable to get on stage and do their thing. And being downtown Newark, there are so many different artists down here.
Oh my God, listen. I did radio a few years back, and I don't want to mention any names because they don't deserve for me to mention them. But they gave me a fair shot. I'm gonna tell you how I got into radio. I had Twitter, and you know me, AJ. My personality is just like boom, 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 right? And on Twitter, I'm gonna tell you how I got this job as a host on the radio show. It was one day I just woke up. It was like first day of fall, and I was like, oh yeah, it's gray sweatsuit season. So every guy that I was following, I would just at them and like, yo, so you bringing out that gray sweatsuit? And the crowd went wild. The Twitter crowd went wild, and then my following went up tremendously, right? So then this guy approaches me. He's like, yo, you funny as hell. I feel like you would be the equal balance for the radio show. And looking back, if I had that audience now, tremendous things would be happening for us. And I commend you for what you do here.
Thank you.
Spoken word. I've seen so many artists, not only myself, but just not even artists, just people as a whole, just grow from this. And I have to give you your flowers while you're here, because I want to love on Black men. Because I feel like a lot of the times we're getting back into the real topic here. It takes two. I feel like a lot of the times Black women feel like we're doing the work with healing ourselves. We're breaking generational curses. We're seeking therapy. We're understanding the healing that needs to take place. And oftentimes Black men are left in the shadows because they're told to be strong, don't cry, don't show emotion. And for me, I applaud this. I thank you for creating a home for us. For those who don't smoke, Spoken Word has put so many people on the stage. Shout out to New Age Hippie, because his evolution.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing. Every time I see him perform,
he gets better.
It levels up.
Oh my God,
every single time.
Every single time.
And like I said, it's so great to watch people in their journeys.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be on VH1 one day, and you know, doing one of these, just doing one of these like artist interviews, and like, oh my God, we need to bring such and such out because you know they've
from your mouth to the universe ears.
And it's not gonna be a VH1 special about me, but I just want to be involved,
a part of it, absolutely.
To say, you know what? Yes, I remember when this artist first started,
absolutely,
and you know. That's going to be pretty awesome. But to get back to the, you know, what you just said about, you know, Black men and Black women, I'm sorry.
I was going to ask you a question, but I want to hear what you have to say, because when you speak, I listen.
As a man, it's not easy for us to display emotion. You know, we're, again, like you said, we're always told to be strong.
The vulnerability is important to me.
And as soon. And not in all cases, but a lot of us feel, because we've gone through it, as soon as we begin to display these emotions, now we're showing weakness. And it's not a good look, because, you know, women say, hey, you know, why are you so quiet, or why don't you say what you're thinking, or how come you don't ever talk to me, how come you don't display your emotions and things like that. But as soon as we do, it backfires. Right? It may not even backfire at that exact moment, but it always comes back up to bite us in the ass.
Right.
It's like, hey, you know, I'm putting my emotions out there, I'm telling you how I truly feel, and that's not easy. First, it's not easy for us to do at all.
Facts.
And then, you know, and in later conversations, when it comes back up to be thrown in our faces, it doesn't sit well with us. So a lot of us don't know when it's okay to have these conversations.
Okay, so just to go back a little bit, when you say it's thrown in your face, I feel like people who do that still need work done. Because for me, it's conducive to talk about your emotions. If you're gonna build something with a strong foundation, and you're gonna build something that's gonna it's we need to put this out on the table. It's imperative that we talk about these things. And I want to let you know, from this Black woman who is like, my father calls me Sister Soldier because I go hard for my people. And when I say my people, I mean, it's always Black first. Don't get me wrong. I can be divinidad. Don't get me wrong. However, when I say it's Black first, it's Black first. And I have such frustration, AJ, with dating Black men because I noticed that the lack of emotional intelligence is there. And it's like it takes for them to lose me to realize that I am really a decent person. I wish you would have believed me the first time. I wish you didn't have to lose me to realize that this is just who I am. I'm not after anything. There's no ulterior motive. There's no backhanded maliciousness going on here. I just really want to see you strive. So how do you feel we bridge that gap between Black men and women?
Oh man, it's
Sorry.
more than, no, it's okay. It's more than anything that I could say to go ahead and make that a thing.
Mm-hmm. That walk of life, I can support it without subscribing to it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You can support someone without subscribing to their lifestyle. It's just as if, like, for me, I am female. Now, do I look at women, more specifically Black women? I think Black women are beautiful. And it took me a while to get there, though, because for all my life, you know, you have to understand, I'm not the status quo. I'm 6'1", okay? I'm dark skinned, and all my life I've been told, oh, you're weird, you're beautiful you're cute for a dark skinned girl, but you're Big Bird or Barney, okay?
Alright, don't feel bad.
Sorry if y'all hear me chewing, y'all, we got popcorn. So this is why I invite people like you to come and have this type of dialogue, because what do we need? Because communication is important, but what are you receiving? Are you actually listening to receive?
There you go.
Or are you actually listening to rebut?
My God, I've had this conversation so many times.
Receive it.
It's like, do you really want me to say what's on my mind so you understand, acknowledge, and bring it in, and you're able to understand and go ahead and give me back that energy? Or are you just responding to me to hear yourself talk? Right? It's okay to hear someone.
Yes.
And sit on those words for a while to understand what those words truly mean, opposed to picking at certain words in that conversation or about that topic to respond, especially with animosity, because that's where we always go left. Right? It's like, hey, I've got something to tell you, but before you say anything, listen to everything that I have to say.
Absolutely.
Don't just respond to one thing. This goes for men
and women. Absolutely.
Because I've seen so many women with I've not usually the meme where it's like 30 fucking pages of a text message and a guy responds back, okay. Right? or responds back to like one part of the text when it's like, that's how the conversation started.
Yeah. But
it grew to be so much larger. You have to understand and acknowledge everything that is said. And if you can't understand, do not be afraid to say, well, what did you mean by this?
Right.
If you need to break down what I'm saying to you, it's okay.
It's okay.
Let me know so we can have a deeper conversation, because I don't want you to just hear this. I want you to hear me.
Come on, 3 times. Come on.
It's not easy, because there are a lot of women who, double back. There are a lot of people who just don't want to listen.
No.
Right? It's like they feel like their back is against the wall, like they're always in defense mode. It's especially when it comes down to relationships, because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It takes two.
It takes two.
It's never me against you. It's you and I against the issue, against the problem.
Oh, I'm so happy you said that.
We need to grow together.
Yes.
Right? If we can't grow together, we're going to grow apart.
We're going to grow apart. Oh, come on.
So we need to get down to what the issue is. What is the issue? What is the major issue? What is the underlying issue? But whatever that is, we need to fix that. Because if we can't fix that, eventually our paths are going to change.
Yeah.
You're going to go left and I'm going to go right. Or I'm going to go left and you're going to go right. Either way, we're not going in the same direction and it's not going to work.
Right.
So let's figure out what this problem is. Let's solve this together. And it's so fucked up because we've been taught as people from different aspects of life, like, hey, listen, a lot of us didn't grow up in a household with both parents.
Yes.
And I think that has a lot to do
absolutely
with the way we communicate.
Right.
Because we've only heard one side, right, of the issues. Like, all right, I grew up with my dad, so I only heard a man's side. I grew up with my mom, so I only heard the woman's side.
Right.
So it's really difficult for me to say, I know how this is supposed to go because I've heard both ends of this. Right. I've had both of my parents in the household until I was maybe 8 or 9 years old.
Okay.
Right. After that, it is so crazy that my parents actually moved across the street from each other when I was 10.
That's crazy.
Shout out to my mom.
Hey, Mom.
I tell my mom she's a stalker all the time now because she literally moved across the street from my dad. That was some weird shit.
That's petty Pendergrass.
That was some weird shit.
That was petty Pendergrass.
But shout out to my mom. But that was cool because, I had access to both of my parents at any given time. We may have not lived under the same roof, but it was really easy for me to walk across the street and talk to my dad.
Okay, so let me ask you.
Go for it.
What does a healthy relationship look like for the Black Bruce Wayne?
100. I'm not okay with, like you said, I don't subscribe to the 50-50 relationship. And I've recently put this on a post.
Thank you for that.
No problem. I don't believe in 50-50 relationships because if I'm slacking, right, and I can only afford to give you 30% of that 50, right, and you're giving your all, we can't reach 100 with your 50 and my 30.
Right.
Right. But if you're giving 100 and I'm giving 100 and we're at 200, if I slack off and I'm at 50%, we're at 150.
We were at 150.
Right?
We had a $150,
right?
baby.
So we can move forward if we're giving it all.
Right.
And I want to ensure that I'm in something when someone is giving me their all. I need 100% if anything is going to work. Because I'm going to give you 100% of me.
Absolutely.
You're gonna hear the good. You're gonna hear the bad. However you negate that. Because again, I don't always see a negative in situations. I just see opportunities to try something different.
So how do you work around females or women who have never had that healthy, and I'm doing air quotes, y'all, that healthy relationship? Because me speaking personally, growing up, I never really seen like what healthy would look like by my definition.
Gotcha.
Only on TV, maybe even reading it in a book.
Right.
But how do you navigate, or how do you have the patience to understand when a woman has dealt with nothing but toxicity?
It's not easy because when you're given,
it's hard being a woman's first good man.
Right.
I believe that.
It's not difficult, and I'm not gonna. I have not always been a good man.
Oh.
I had to learn.
We all got a past.
I had to learn again what it is that I want, what it is that I want to deal with, and how I can navigate through the rest of my life. So shout out to the people in my past that helped me become who I am.
Thank you.
Because I could not have done this alone.
They taught me what I don't want.
Right. I mean, well, I've learned things that I do want and things that I don't want. It was not always, again, a negative, right? Because, things help me to move forward.
Yeah.
If I'm not dead, everything's a positive to me.
Oh, come on. Come on, 3 times.
So it's so getting back to your question, it's not easy to deal with someone who's never dealt with good, right?
Oh, it's so hard.
And it's again,
challenging.
This is both sides.
Yeah.
It's both sides because it's not easy for a man to deal with a woman who's actually a good woman, right? Especially when you deal with a lot of the bullshit, because it's like I've never felt this before. I've never had someone want to do for me.
Come
like,
on.
It's okay. I may need to do something for you because they feel like they're obligated to do something for you because you're in a relationship. But
however,
someone who wants to do for you because it's in their nature.
It's just innate.
Right? It's like, oh my God, right? And it could be something so simple as, I was walking down the street and I saw these socks.
And I just got them for you. Just because.
Right?
Yep.
Or, I was going down the street and I stopped into a store and I saw your favorite snack, so I picked it up. Right? It's
we lost that.
It's those small things that mean a lot to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Right? Little things build up.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want you to have to do things for me because there's a holiday coming up or a birthday coming up.
No, just do them just because.
Don't do for me because you feel like you need to.
Obligation. Right? Yeah.
I want you to do for me because you want to.
You want to.
And it's difficult for me to accept that. And these are things that I'm working on myself because I'm not used to being.
I love this for us.
Provided for.
Oh.
Right?
That's foreign to me.
I'm used to being the provider.
Oh.
So I'm so used to giving that it makes it really difficult for me. And still now for me to receive, I will blatantly tell you, no, don't get it for me.
But
even when deep down inside, I know I want it.
I know I want it. Yep.
But it's difficult for me to accept because it's not what I'm used to.
Well, accept the challenge.
So I'm doing my best and to accept certain things.
Yep. Do you communicate that?
Yes.
Okay, that's a start. There's the foundation.
But it's not easy. It's really not easy when especially because again, I'm born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. So it's still one of those, a man has to be the provider. A man should do this, a man should do that, a man should do this, and a woman only has to do this, and a woman should only do this, and as a man, you bring home the bacon, and as a woman, you cook, right? And I think that's total bullshit because I've dealt with a lot of women who do not know how to cook. So I've learned over the years, right, over the last few years, how to cook. Yeah. Right? Because I've dealt with a lot of women who do not know how to cook or don't want to cook. Right. Because they've been pushing against that whole that I don't want to do this. Yep. I'm independent and I don't have to do this and I ain't your mama and things like that. And I'm gonna get right back to that I ain't your mama shit in a second too. But it's just certain things that we're not used to, and we have to learn how to accept and navigate through life. Yes. Because everything's not gonna go the way you intended to.
No, it doesn't.
But it's gonna go the way life should be going. Right. So open your mind, open your heart, and you have to let things in.
Now I'm gonna interject here.
Please do.
As a decent woman, as a genuinely giving, nurturing, I want to, and like I said, y'all gotta bear with me because I am a recovering people pleaser. So I like to study the people that I'm interested in. And I like to learn and figure out the things that they like because I want them to know that they are greatly appreciated, that they are loved. And it's not, in this state in my life, it's not to people please. It's just because I want you to see that decent people really do exist. And the biggest frustration in this walk of life for me is men believing that I'm just a good woman. And a lot of the times I overstand that because a lot of this shit out here is fugazi. A lot of this shit is foo-foo. A lot of these people do things to manipulate or connive.
Say it one more time, please.
A lot of these people do things to manipulate or connive or pretend or give you fluff because they want to...
They want something.
Yes.
They want something.
Whereas with me, I don't need anything from you. I've literally suffered. I've literally lost everything. So I know what it's like to have nothing. And this is why I ask the question, who are you without your worldly possessions? Because that's the person that I want to know. And as I've matured and seasoned over my lifetime, I'm finding that it is extremely challenging dealing with black men because they don't want to do the work. And this is not every black man. I'm only discussing my walk of life, as this is divinity. I'm speaking for D1V1N1TY. Put some respect on my name. Don't spell it with the I. I just feel like for me, it's been extremely challenging navigating and dating black men because
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pause her for one quick second because we're going to take a shot to that one as well.
Okay, I'll do that.
That was kind of dope.
And if y'all have a problem with me drinking, that's talk to God. Shout out to Urban Vegan for this cheesesteak because I'm about to tear this shit up after this episode. It's extremely challenging for me trying to work on me, first of all. I'm setting the relationship for myself. I'm actually dating myself. Like, she knows, the audience knows, every weekend, every Wednesday, I should say, that's my favorite day. I take myself out on a date because that's something that I want to do. And it's so simple. And piggybacking off of what you said about just doing things just because, I feel like we've lost that. I feel like because of technology, we have so much access to the here and the now and microwave shit. I want to get back, and I would like to date a decent black man who knows what grandma's hands feel like and grandpa hands feels like, where they was in the kitchen doing the cooking, chopping up the cabbage, cleaning the cabbage, chopping it up, putting it in a pot and sprinkling that bitch with love. Whereas now we're in this microwave society where everybody wants something right now. I want to be instantly gratified right now. And I feel like that sets up for failure. And again, this is just my personal walk of life. As for me, dating in this scene, I like to go back to the meme that says dating in this day and age is like pee in the pool. Swear to God. It really is, because it's just like, I don't want anything from you. I've done everything on my own for a very long time. Do I need you to do things for me? No, it would be nice. It would be nice.
That's the thing.
It would be nice.
That's the thing.
However, I don't need anything from you. I just need you to show up for me and understand and hear me and understand that I'm going to tell you and hold you. I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling. And however that resonates with you, if it picks at you or if it's like that feeling you get when someone's holding you accountable and you don't want to smell your own shit, that's my job as a good friend, as your partner, to make you aware of the things that you don't necessarily see or that you're unconscious of. That's what I'm here for. And I don't belittle anybody about that, because there was once a time that I didn't know the things that I know. But I ask that you accept me for who I am. I am an animated character. So if I want to yell bleep, 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 you know, if I want to do my little dance, if I want to drink some liquors, accept me for who I am, because you see past the facade, you see past the physical. And let me remind y'all that an upgrade is not necessarily about looks, because you superficial people make me sick. But that's a whole nother topic, but we 45 minutes in. What do you want to talk about?
There was something that I said I was going to double back on. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was.
I don't remember, so don't even ask me. I got this urban vegan in front of me, and I'm ready to tear into it.
All right,
I just want a sweet potato fry.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we all do. I think we're gonna pass around the fry.
The audience, do you want some?
Potato. Pass the potato.
Pass the peas like we used to do. I feel like.
I'm gonna grab like 3 of these.
Go ahead, please.
I don't want to get up.
Oh, nobody actually talk.
How about the man sitting over to the left? You want some of this black man? Okay.
To what man?
But I feel like oftentimes the communication is lost because people want to go back and forth and be petty, and they want to win the argument instead of it being, okay, let's just regroup. Let's just take a second.
Let me say something about that. If you have an argument with your spouse, significant other, partner, whatever you want to call it, if you feel like you've won an argument, let me tell you one thing. You've lost.
You lost.
There is no winner in an argument when you're debating or going back and forth with the person that you are with. There is no winner, right? If it's, there is no soul winner, right? You win together or you lose together.
Right.
So if you can't find that workaround to where you're both ending the conversation with smiles or hugs, hell, even a couple of tears, then you both lost. So you have to figure out exactly, again, like I said before, what the issue is, and combat that issue together. Because it's just a small hurdle in life.
Right.
There should be no reason, if you found your forever person, right, that stops that forever person from being your forever person.
Yeah.
There is no issue that's too big. There's at all that you can't find a workaround.
Right.
Right. Unless it's death.
Right.
Right. I mean, if you die, then of course that's it for that. But I've known people that have accepted women back for cheating. I've known women who've accepted a man back for cheating. They just have to find out exactly what the issue was, right? Well, why did you find that this was something that you needed to do?
I feel like, this is going to be for a whole nother show. We got to pick an episode where we can come back and talk about cheating, because I feel like cheating is a personal decision. Somebody can be doing everything right.
It is.
And people are greedy and they still want to go do what they want to do.
That is it right there. It's greed. And I can tell you right now, from a person that has lived that lifestyle, it is not the relationship. It is the person involved in a relationship that is just greedy. Yep. Right? Opposed to opening your mouth and saying, hey, I need more of this.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
Or I'm missing this.
Okay.
Or I need this. They just say, you know what, I'm going to cut my losses. I'm just going to move. I'm going to navigate over here, and I'm going to get exactly what it is that I want over here. And there are things that I've heard and even said in my lifetime, as a young teen and things like that. Well, I can't do this to my number one because they are my number one. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a number two, because it's easier for me to do this to number two than it will be to do for my number one.
Right.
Like I can't let out my sexual frustrations on my wife. Right. Because that's my wife. I need to treat her like a flower. That's my, that's it. Wait. Right. That's my flower. I got to treat her as such. So I'm going to go ahead and give this extra to girl number two. Meanwhile, your wife, who you didn't want to give that extra to, is lacking what you're giving to someone else. Right. She is missing that aspect of life. Yeah. Just because she's your wife doesn't mean, excuse my French when I say this, doesn't mean she doesn't want to get treated like a slut. Right. Right?
Treat her like a queen, fuck her like a porn star.
Right. So it's like, I'm gonna, if you can't give all of that to that one person, or if that one person can't receive that, that's a conversation that needs to be had between you and another person, right? It's like, hey, this is the type of animal I am,
Right.
right? If that's too much for you,
Let me know.
then let me know, because
We can end
this is
right now.
right. Because this is what I need, right? This is what I have inside of me.
This
Right.
is what I need.
So right, and I'm gonna listen to that song on that. But it's like, hey, this is who I am, right? And I need to know if that is going to be okay for you,
Facts.
right? Because if you can't deal with who I truly am and the hunger that I have inside of me, this is not going to work.
Okay, so it's so funny that we're talking about this, because in Colorado, I'm going to piggyback to a conversation we had for my birthday when we took a trip in Colorado, and I said, you just got that I'm going to give you head text, y'all. I'm going to circle back to a conversation that we had where I said, if my partner in life goes out and he sees a woman that he's attracted to, I find it attractive that you would actually say that to me, like, baby, you gonna have to rev up the engine, because I just saw Shorty, and yeah, I want to understand, you know. And I appreciate that, because I like looking at black women too. Like, we're beautiful.
Let me tell you something. There are, and I don't understand this. I do not understand this.
Would you have a threesome?
Would I have a threesome? That's a double-edged sword for me. So I've never had one in my life.
Neither have I.
As a man, as a person, yes, we've all thought about it. I have a very large appetite. But I'm going to be very honest with myself, and most men are not. I do not know if I can truly keep up with two women.
So how do you feel about polyamory? Or should we save that for another show?
No, we can talk about it now.
Because we're 53 minutes in.
So what? How long is the episode?
However long we want it to be. This is my shit.
You ain't gotta keep telling me.
But you know the attention span of people these days.
Man, hey, listen, if they hear now, they're gonna rock out.
Facts.
Or we can just chop it up and put little pieces out there, and they're gonna come back and listen to it anyhow.
Facts.
But I think the poly lifestyle, it sounds cool if you know how to navigate.
And you have to be emotionally.
Right? You have to be accepting of a lot. It's not, and I've talked to a lot of guys who are immature, very immature, who like, oh yeah, I can do the poly lifestyle, but they're only thinking
about the
sexual.
Right.
Dog, it's a lot more than
To
just
it.
sex if you're gonna live that poly lifestyle.
Right.
Man, you've got two women or more that you not only have to, yes, sexually please, but emotionally please as well.
Yep.
That's multiple that time of the month. That's multiple.
Oh, jeez, look.
Right?
Don't even
that you
get
have
me
to
started.
deal with, especially if they're in sync. Because I hear that, you know, that thing kind of like syncs up.
Yeah.
Women are around each other for a long period of time. So that's a lot of issues you have to deal with mentally, right? You have to, you got to keep up with that. That's two different women, right? Or for a woman, that's two different men,
Right.
that you have to mentally learn.
Yes.
Right? It's damn, okay, well, you know, Susan enjoys doing all of this stuff.
I'm just gonna tell you now.
And Kiana likes to deal with all of this stuff. So how do we make all this work? Right?
Right.
Well, she doesn't like this and she likes this and she eats this and she don't eat that. There's so many different things that you have to break down to be involved in that. So
kudos to those who are involved.
right, that
because it takes a lot.
I'm clapping for every last one of you. I see so many different videos on
And
TikTok.
I think it's dope.
It is amazing.
It's
Because
amazing.
If you can make it work, dog, that's
Good for you.
3 healthy adults. Possibly, I'm not going to say all, possibly bringing in at least 3 different sources of income.
Okay.
Right.
And thriving.
Right? And all under one roof, and that's amazing. Dog, this is 2022. living in the United States is not cheap.
Talk about it.
Where you live, it is not.
Can we put our money together and go buy
all.
some land in Ghana?
Listen.
Because if all else fell in here in the U.S. of A.
And that's a whole different topic.
I know.
Eventually it will. No government lasts forever. So eventually this government will fall as well. So I hope y'all are prepared for that. But yeah, shout out to everybody doing that poly life.
Yes. Kudos to y'all.
Because that is amazing.
But check this out, right? For me, I have to say this because when you tell people this, that you understand, you know, how they may be attracted to other people, even if you haven't set like the tone of the relationship, whether we're going to be monogamous or exclusive or whatever the hell the case is, intention is always important for me. What are your intentions with telling me this information? What are your intentions with us? Because if it's to grow, I understand that, you know, dope as I am, there's always a motherfucker that's badder than you.
Right.
Okay? And vice versa. Like, you ain't Wi-Fi, you a hotspot. Okay? And for me, it's just, like I said, I appreciate a man that's emotionally mature and understands that when I tell him, like, baby, I saw Ahmed today, he had on that gray sweatsuit and yeah.
Right. And a lot of people don't understand that looking is one thing. You were given two eyes. Looking is okay.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Looking is okay. It's when you begin to verbalize towards that person or physically get involved with that person.
Do you consider flirting cheating?
Yes and no.
Okay.
All right. So
why yes?
Again, yes, because if it's continued, it's an issue, right? If it's continued, it's an issue. Flirting kind of gets your blood pumping, right? So if somebody's flirting with you, you're flirting with that person, your senses are becoming heightened.
Yeah.
Right? You're getting to a certain level. Do not take it past a couple of words. You can ping pong those words and then go back home to your significant other and then make those things happen. And that's what I mean by looking. Like, it's okay to look.
Yeah.
Because we'd all be liars. Every last one of us
absolutely
would be a liar
if we say
we have not seen someone that piqued our interest.
Right.
Right. Especially now when we have access to fucking Instagram and TikTok and shit like that. Like there are be people that you're gonna scroll, you're gonna be like, oh my god, damn, shit, fuck. Like, me personally, I'm gonna be very honest. I've tried to shift my algorithm on Instagram because I've been seeing, and it's hard for me to say this, too much of the sexualization of women on my feed. So I've been trying to shift away from that. Here and there is cool, but like really, like it's horrible right now. And it's,
so imagine what it's like for me when women are over sexualized, where it's this one specific body type,
people
or
over sexualized. People because women do the same.
Yes,
Let me tell you something. Women do this.
Yes, we do.
For the guys out there listening, women.
Yes, we do.
Just like you.
Yes, we do.
Right?
Yes, we are.
You got to understand, women are just like you. They just hide it better than you do.
That's why I feel like women are better cheaters too.
Oh yeah, 100%, hands down.
I feel like women make better FBI agents because when we need to get to the bottom of some shit, we gonna get to the bottom of some shit. But speaking for myself specifically, it's also challenging for me to date because, like I said, I don't fit the status quo. I'm not short, I'm not middle height or whatever, average height.
Shit, neither am I. I'm a short king.
I'm 6 foot, I'm 205 pounds, I'm voluptuous. And then I'm so versatile, like sometimes you catch me with my fro out, sometimes you catch me with the braids, sometimes you might catch me with a nice little lace, you know what I'm saying? That little 18 pieces looking like right on me, you know what I mean? And you might catch me in some basketball shorts, and you might catch me in a dress. But the difficulty in dating for me is, like I said earlier, piggybacking off of what I said earlier, because everything is so microwave and men are so used to seeing ass, tits, bundles, makeup, that they forget that real women exist.
Yep.
I don't have any work done to me. I had a child, so yes, I have stretch marks. Yes, I do have, what do you call it? The fupa? I have a little pudge. You know what I mean? So, and I'm happy with my little pudge. I call it my little fudge round.
Okay, so the guys out there, right, that are listening to this, and that's all they see are these IG models, and they're like, oh my God, I gotta get a girl like her. Dog, she's your coworker. That girl that you sit in your office with, the girl that you walked into the Starbucks to go see. These are regular people. Do not get caught up in this facade that's what they actually look like, right? Because without the poses, without the filters, without the makeup, she's legit the girl sitting right fucking next to you. So stop thinking that a bad bitch is the girl you see online, because the girl you see online is not the woman you see online. She's feeding into your head so she can receive that check at the end of the day, right? And same thing for women. Like, y'all see these motherfuckers online, and y'all like, oh my God, he's so tall and he's so buff. It's the same shit. It's all filters, it's camera angles, it's poses. Because if I pose a certain way, I look great. I look great.
Absolutely.
But when I ain't trying to do that shit, right, I got a straight father figure. Okay. And that's what it is. So, and that's what it's going to be, because
I feel like you underplaying yourself here. You look great.
Thank you. But again, I'm thank you, and I'm just gonna run with thank you. But so
receive it.
I'm receiving it, but it's just
whatever you like. That's what you know. What if you're not satisfied with the way that you look and you want to change it? I support that.
Thank you very much, because I've definitely lost myself due to myself. I wanna blame it on COVID, but I cannot blame it on COVID. Right? Because I lost myself during that time. Yes, the gyms were closed, but I could have easily done calisthenics in the house.
Okay.
Right? It was not that difficult. I went out and bought resistance bands and all types of shit. Shout out to fucking Amazon, who charged me 5 times the amount that I would have paid for them during a regular time.
Amazon made money.
They made a killing off of all of that shit.
Okay.
Especially during COVID.
So especially during COVID.
But again, like, don't get caught up in the Instagram thing. It's okay to put your phone down and go meet someone the old-fashioned way, right? If you and I say this, if you want to meet someone and you truly want to have a real connection with someone, meet someone at places that you like to be at.
Agreed.
Right?
Sorry, y'all, I'm fucking this cheesesteak up.
If you like to go, if you enjoy skating. Go to the rink.
I really do.
Right? Go to the rink. You may meet someone there who enjoys the same thing as you. Right? If you like music, go to a concert. Right? You might meet someone there who enjoys the same type of music. If you like food, go out to eat. Sit at a table by yourself. It's okay. Right? You like the movies.
That
go to the
was
movies
difficult for me at first. When I started dating myself, like a few years back, like I remember I told my best friend, I was like, yo, be cool. I'm dressed up. I'm about to take myself to Chart House. This was before I became vegan. I'm about to take myself to Chart House. I've never been. I always wanted to go. I don't want to wait on anybody. I'm dating myself. And when I got there and I asked for a table, they were like, so you're by yourself? Yeah. So you're not expecting another person? No. And when I sat at the table by myself, it was the most awkward thing at first. But I showed up for me. And that's the most important part. Like, yes, people were staring. Even some people came, like the waiter kept coming to the table like, ma'am, are you expecting another party? No. I'm eating by myself. I'm dining alone. And it was the most awkward thing at first, but now you can't tell me nothing. I go everywhere by myself. If I can't get my rollies to go with me, I'm not rolling dolo.
It's okay to get up and go do things by yourself. It is okay.
More than okay. It's perfect because then you get to know who you are.
Right.
And then the more you get to know who you are, the less bullshit you'll accept.
Right. One of my favorite things to do is go to the movies. I've gone to see several movies alone because you know what? I mean, even in relationships, I've gone to see movies alone.
You
because
can't
it's like,
lose that.
You know, hey, it's something that I want to see that I know she may not want to go see.
Right.
So I'm going to go. Opposed to me saying, you know what, let me spend an additional $25 to drag you out of the house to go do something that I know you don't care for.
Right.
Right. I understand you want to be there for me, but you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Everything that I like to do.
Right.
Right. I don't want to, you know, take away from your time. You could be doing something totally different right now.
I love that.
Right? You may want to read a book. You may want to, you know, knit a sweater. You may want to go out to go, you know, hang out with the girls, whatever the case may be. I don't want to take away from who you are.
No, because then you lose yourself in that.
I just want to be a part of what it is that you're doing with your life. Let me just be a part of that, right? I never want to pull you away from your family. I never want to pull you away from your friends. I never want to pull you away from your job, right? Let me just be a part of that journey with you.
And this is why I say, thank you, brother. Thank you for that. Because narcissistic men who are toxic, they want to pull you away from those things. Men who are abusers, more specifically, physically and emotionally and mentally abusive.
And I'm gonna jump in on that one too, because fellas, you don't understand, and ladies, you don't understand when you are in that manipulative stage in your life to that person that you're with, you begin to change the person you fell in love with or grown in love with or the person you began growing those feelings for, because it's like, you know, he was doing this or she was doing this before I met them. They had a spark in them before I met them. You want to keep that spark. You don't want that. You don't want to dim, you know, that light, right? You don't want to dim that light. You want that light to keep shining. So if this is something they were into prior to you, right? As long as it's not hurting them, don't change who they are, because that's when you begin to say, you know what, well, this person's different now. They're different because you forced them to be different. Right. It's like, hey, don't do this, or I don't want you to go hang out with the girls tonight. I don't want you to hang out with the boys tonight. I want you to stay in the house with me because, you know, when y'all out, y'all don't do nothing but this, y'all don't do nothing but that. But that's who they were. Yeah, right? Before they met you. That you got to understand, like, don't change. No. Right? Find out how to become a part of that. Right. Find out how you fit in a situation. And if you can't find a way to fit in, you don't need to be there. You don't need to be there. Right? Like, I'm going to continue being me. Yeah. I need to continue being you, because we are two individuals trying to make this work together. Right. And we can become a unit, but we won't be a strong unit if you become someone totally different than who you are. Right now, if you're growing and you're achieving more as an individual for the betterment of your relationship, that's great. But I never want you to stop being who you are to please me, just to make me happy. Facts. Right? And I never want you to make me different to make you happy, because it would never work unless the change is. It's got to be a huge positive. Facts. Right? It's got to be a huge positive. Facts. Like, hey, if you know. But sometimes we have to get out of our own way too. Yeah. There's certain, like I said, the job of a good friend, right? And I think we can all agree on this. The job of a great friend that has your best interests at heart is going to show you and educate you on the things that you don't necessarily see about you. Hence, when I first hit the stage, you were like, more eye contact. You're great, but I need you to, and that's the job of a good friend. Anybody else that don't fuck with you are gonna say, "Oh, you did good. That was the bomb." Yes, man. Yes, man. I can't stand them. I can't stand. Yes, man. And this is totally off. Yes, people. The original topic. I know. We just going, but we gonna wrap it up soon. If you have yes men around you, you will never grow. Nope. Because they're gonna feed you bullshit all the time. Because at the end of the day, when you're making money, they believe they're making money.
Yep.
Right? But if you have someone that's like, nah, dog, that's not it. Right? You're gonna make even more. Right? Because you're growing.
Yep.
But a yes man is gonna do nothing but drag you down. They're gonna leech. They're gonna take whatever they can get from you.
Yep.
And once it's gone,
And the taker never stops taking.
Right? They're gonna go, and they're gonna do it to somebody else.
Yep.
Right? So
Takers never get tired.
if you have someone that's always constantly telling you, "Oh, you're good, it's great, it's fine, it's okay, you're doing a great job," either you're perfect,
Yeah.
or they're a flat out fucking liar. Like I'm not gonna tell you everything is great, right? If sometimes my silence is your answer,
Ooh.
right? Like, oh, you know what? If you like it,
I love it.
right? And I got that from my father, right? It's like, if you like it, I love it because you're happy, right? But it might not have been the greatest. But you have to be open to that criticism. You got to be open to that constructive criticism.
Yes.
Because that's huge, especially for all the artists that are listening right now. If you can't accept constructive criticism on the ground level, right, from the people that are closest to you, I'm telling you now, you will never achieve the success that you want, right? Because give me a second. Because the people that are closest to you know you, right? They know what you're capable of, right? They are the best people to help you grow. But once you get into, whatever the industry that you're trying to get into, you're going to have people that have been there.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Who know. And the way they're going to verbalize things to you,
it's going to be totally different.
It's going to destroy you.
Okay.
Right? Because you go like, oh my God. Oh, like for the rappers, you think, oh my God, I'm great. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And you think you about to get signed with Bad Boy, and you sit down with Sean Combs and Puff tell you, nah, nigga.
Okay.
Bro, that's not what it is.
Go get me some Cambodian breast.
Right. Go do this. go get me some like my nigga. Like it's a totally different feel. So listen to the people
around you
who are close and near to you that are trying to see you win and achieve because they know you. They want what's best for you.
Y'all
right?
are a breath of fresh air.
You have to stick to the people who love you and not the people who love who they think you are.
Oh, 3 times. Come on.
And people will
oh my God,
fall in love with an image. And this goes for artists, this goes for relationships. They will fall in love with who they believe you are. Right? It's like, oh my God, this person's so great, and social media kills a lot.
Yes.
Right? Because it's like, fuck, I'm looking at your stories, I'm looking at your pictures, right? You're only showing people
what you want
a tenth of what's really going on.
Come on.
Right? It's like, oh my God, I see all this, and it's like this is great. Oh, this person does that, they do this, they do that. They don't really do that shit. It's a picture.
It's a facade.
Right? It's what they want you to see. So they grow their image, right? It's not who they are, right? Believe half of what you see in everything you hear, right? Because what you see is bullshit.
Yep.
Right? And that holds so true to now. And I can't even say believe everything you hear because there's a lot of bullshit out there too.
Yes.
Because if you're not hearing it directly from the source, right? Then it might not be authentic, right? Like somebody came to me the other day about some things, and I don't want to get too personal, some things about my children. I'm like, okay, well, this is what you heard, right?
Yep.
Show me the Carfax.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Show me the Carfax.
Yep.
You said it's an image. Where's this picture?
Where is it?
Right? You can't provide that picture to me.
Right.
Then it's bullshit. Well, have you talked to your kids about this? I have not. You know why? Because where's the information coming from?
Right.
The source is not credible to me because I know this source. They have lied on me personally.
Wow.
Right? Because things are not going the way they
want them to go.
Right? So do I believe everything they say? No. Now, do I believe some of their things might be based off some minor truths?
Yes.
And that's okay, right? But until I can see what you see, until you present to me what you saw, air quotes, I'm not gonna run with it,
Nope.
right? Because you're upset about this person,
Man,
so
I love it.
it's just wild. So no, I'm not gonna believe everything I hear either. But I'm damn sure not gonna believe everything I see, especially when it's online.
Okay.
Right? Because edits and filters and things like that will change everything. I live in a totally different world.
Yes, and I had a question like a while back. I'm thinking about 10 minutes back. How do you differentiate a person that's giving you constructive criticism over a hater? Someone who just y'all know what hater means.
But it's not. That all goes down to the person that's listening.
Subjective.
Right? Because if I'm and I'm gonna talk about me, if I'm real big on myself, right, and you present to me something about me that I don't like,
Right.
I can take that either way, right? Depending on how the day is going.
Yeah.
Right? Damn, you could be hating on me, right?
Right.
By this person hating. They mad because they ain't me. Whatever the case may be.
God.
Right? We've
Yes.
all dealt with that person, or we've all been that person. Or they just mad because they ain't me.
Sidebar, you know what is a pet peeve of mine? When people get on and introduce themselves and say, "Oh, y'all already know who it is."
Oh, no, we don't know you. We don't know you. I've seen a lot of rappers.
Is that like a sales pitch or something?
It's just, you know what it is? It's not a sales pitch. It's just what they programmed to think they had to say.
Copy.
Right.
Okay.
Right. They
That's a pet peeve of mine.
hear it on records. Right.
Because I don't know who you are.
Yeah. Right. They hear it on records. They you know, the mixtapes and the CDs and whatever. They you know, the JDs, because JD was famous for this.
Yes.
Saying that shit. Y'all know what it is, but
Yep.
we knew what it was because it was JD.
It was JD.
Right.
Now we know.
Not yet, but
But at first.
but you got to grow to become that person.
But this is why.
Don't start these open minds like y'all already know who I am. No, we don't know who you are. That's but you got your 5 to 10 minutes to let me know exactly who you are.
Right. But that's why I pride myself with divinity so much, because before I even get to the stage, I like to address everybody and I want everybody to feel included. So that's why I go peace, family. And at first, I'm going to tell you that was challenging for me, just not saying hello everybody or hi or you guys may not know. That was so challenging for me, but I had to learn from it. Mm-hmm. And just like with artist development, the difficulties in building relationships, because it takes two. Yeah. Your old self battles with your new self. Those two coexist. And this is why I tell people I want to end this because we going. We in an hour and 19
so, listen,
minutes.
I hope I can come back so we can do this.
Yes, we can. Okay, Menage a Trois, episode 3. There we go. We already speaking it into existence.
Okay.
We're gonna have 3 people on. So for me, just y'all, we about to get out of here. I know y'all want to hear what I want to say. I love y'all, but I gotta say this again. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for proving me right. Because right off the rip, I was like, yo, AJ's a grown ass man, and it fucked me up because it's like, yo, I'm a grown ass woman, and to see us go from Canada singing the national anthem at a baseball game and coming to who we are and where we are now. Oh, I don't even remember.
I know that part. You see, I remember the French version. Keep on laying, glorious and free. That's all I got. Shout out to everybody in Canada.
Shout out to Miss Hospital.
Oh my God. Oh man.
Before it was called University. I don't know. I would like to know if Miss Hospital is still living.
I would love
Miss
to.
Miss DeJory is still doing good. She's still doing chair dance.
Miss Warren.
I don't know about Miss Warren. What about Miss Gavin?
Miss Gavin. Oh my God.
Remember Mr. Vaselli? The shop teacher with the three fingers?
Yes. Wait, all right, before we go.
Oh my God, y'all be telling our age.
Before we go. I will.
Oh, I love this for us.
I will never forget in his class, right?
Don't start your shit.
I had Usher's My Way album before anybody else in the school. Anybody else. And I know this for a fact because I was bored in class and I wrote down the lyrics to one of Usher's songs. And it wasn't My Way. I'm trying to think about what song it was.
Is that the one where he sings, it's 7 o'clock?
No.
Oh God, I guess that means y'all don't see what's happening, but he's like saying lyrics in his head, and he's like,
It wasn't nice. It might have been nice and slow.
I just wanna.
It was nice and slow. So I'm writing down the lyrics to Nice and Slow.
You're welcome.
Right? and then we got to the part where he spells out his name.
They
right?
call me
U.S. H-E-R. But I changed it, right? I fit my first name, last name, and my nickname in place of his.
Whoa.
Right? And it flowed well. And
Do it right now.
No. So I started.
You do it for us eventually.
I'll do it for you once the mic goes off.
Copy.
Right? So I was letting some of the girls in my class read it. It's like, oh my God, this is so great. This is phenomenal.
I wasn't
was
one
like,
of those.
Wait. So I'm still trying to like really find myself. At the time, I was short, right? I was really short. I was like,
You can't say that to me, Ahmad, because I've been told.
Right, stop it. But
Sorry.
when I graduated middle school, I was 4'11", right? So
No.
I was short. Yeah, I graduated middle school at 4'11". I will never forget, right? I graduated middle school at 4'11". By the time I got to high school, I was 5'3". You couldn't tell me shit.
Okay.
My freshman year, but
You were taller than some guys. Yeah.
I'm taller than some guys, right? But I'm whatever. So
Not taller than me.
But I started passing the lyrics out, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm working with my dad and we're about to sell a song.
Oh my God, no.
Right? And they're like, who you selling to? Well, I think we're about to sell it to. I think he was on to a wrist at the time. I don't remember, but whatever the case may be, I was like, oh, we're about to sell it to Usher. It's about to be his next single, whatever the case may be, and they were biting on this. It was so crazy.
I love that for you, though.
It was wild, but I mean, that at that point, I started. I think around that time, I started writing poetry. So yeah, I started writing poetry before I actually started. Well, no, I'm lying. I did the rap for a little while, but I was horrible.
Who did it?
Right, I was horrible.
I was right with you.
And then I did poetry, and I didn't get back into rap until maybe high school. And then I came up with a rap group. Shout out to all the original members of C4. That was the name of the group. It was Casper City's Crucial Clip.
Casper City.
And the reason why it was Casper City because when Irvington was
who's a part of this? Do I know them?
It was me. There was two Kazas in the group. There was
I remember them.
There was Kashif Holman. That's my cousin. There was another.
I think I remember him.
You know Kaz. And there was another Kaz.
He's the one with the cute eyes.
Yes.
I remember you. Yeah. Oh my God, I haven't heard that name in so long.
And there was we
gotta wrap this up because we gotta go.
And he and I were like kind of like debating a name because at the time I was going by Joker.
Okay.
Right. And he was going by Joker as well. Right. If y'all want to cover that one, we can get to that one too. All right.
We're still on air. Let's finish this here.
Okay, but y'all, again, shout out to the original members of C4. And yes, I did go from the Joker to Batman. And you don't want to see me go back to Joker.
No, we don't. So on that note, AJ, thank you for coming on the Divinity Podcast.
Thank you very much for having me. I hope I
love this for
I
us.
Can come back.
Absolutely, we're home.
If there ever becomes a season 6.
No.
Then I would love to be your co-host for the whole.
That would be different. We can't call it Divinity Podcast then.
That's okay.
We'll think of a name.
I got it.
This part of my life is done.
I have a great name for it.
Not yet.
No, I have a great name for it.
Not yet. Not on the air.
Not on the air.
Not on the air. that's outside of
phenomenal
this.
name for it already.
Oh,
but
boy.
again, thank y'all for having me. It's been real. If y'all need to find me, I am the Black Bruce Wayne. It is spelled the exact way that I'm saying it. No underscores, no hyphens.
No nothing. Straight through.
Just straight through. So again, I am the Black Bruce Wayne. You can find me on Instagram. You can go look at the dumbass TikToks that I have. It's not a lot. I'm not funny.
Do you have you and your daughter up there? Because that's the cutest thing.
I
We need more of that.
I do have something up there dedicated to my daughter.
Okay.
So that's up there. And
shout out to my dad and my mom.
the next daddy daughter day, me and the princess are going to be doing something.
Yes.
So that's really kind of cool.
I love that. And if you guys are new to this to the podcast, I am Divinity. You spell that D1V1N1TY. I am so motherfucking fly. So again, y'all, my job here has been to feed you, and I hate to cut it short, but I'm enjoying my time with my childhood friends. And I love y'all, and I want to just reiterate that I don't do this for handouts. I don't do this for any type of reciprocity. I simply do this because I love it, and I hope that I touch one person, at least, even if you are half a person. God bless you.
Sexy chocolate.
And I love this for us. I love healing. I love helping people grow, because when you grow, you take everybody you love along. I love that shit. Come see me, man. November 26th, Saturday at Vegans of Satan. Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that bought a ticket. I love y'all. Now, my job is always to feed you. In the kitchen with the whip it and the stir fry. Rest in peace, Takeoff. And how you digest it, well, that's very personal. As for me, as always, and as for mine, I love you. I am the Black Bruce Wayne. I love you, BMC. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. I love you, Danny. Thank you so much for always encouraging me. This is season 5, y'all. Episode 2. It takes 2. Until next time. Always forward.
Forward always.
Forward always. Until next time, y'all. I love it here. I love this for us. Giggity. Love ya. Why am I like this? I don't even